Hello knitters, Faylin from Strand Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have to look at my notes, hold on. And today I have ghosts and pumpkins, a cable shawlette, and this got unveiled on Sunday, Dusty's Yarn Company. I'll talk a little bit about that, so stay tuned. Ghosts and pumpkins, that's this weekend. So the ghosts are on Saturday from 12 to 2. The pumpkins are on Sunday from 10 to 12. So the little ghosties, my big ghostie like walked off somewhere. I can't find them. But anyway, so here are my little ghosties. These are crochet patterns. This is a crochet pattern. And all you have to know is single crochet, and I've done it and be sort of very comfortable with single crochet and stuff. But these guys are really cute. As I said, after I made a couple of them, I got the bigger one done in like an hour. I suggest you do the bigger one. If you're not used to doing tiny, that you do a bigger one first. It just means you're on bigger yarn. So like a chunky yarn and like an eye hook. And it's the same exact same pattern, but it's much easier to do just because it's bigger and you can see what you're doing. If you're cool with, whatever, then these are, then you can go ahead and do, these are worsted weight. And I can't remember the hook size, I'll have to write down. So, but these are worsted weight. They're so cute. Made 3 of these guys. And this one I put in big eyes. These have little eyes. I think I sort of like the big eyes. I will have eyes, I have stuffing, and the little thread to do his mouth here. So you don't have to worry about that stuff. Just get the yarn and hook. That's all I have to have is yarn and hook. So like worsted, Aran chunky. I wouldn't go too much smaller than worsted myself. Yeah, so that is Saturday from 12 to 2. And then Sunday is the pumpkin class. So here's the pumpkin. This is the crocheted version. The crocheted version, and this leaf has decided to like stick way up. But anyways, oh, I think I just tore it, just broke it. Oh, I know, because it was just in the hole here. There we go. There we go. There we go. So anyways, this is, this one's crocheted, and now I'm just noticing my knitted, oh, there they are. I found them, hold on. Okay, big pumpkin. Big pumpkin. I mean pumpkin. Pig coast. Here's the big coast. So I would do this ghost first. I really would. And then you'd be ready to do the smaller one if you want to do smaller ones. And you can have a whole family of them. It's really good. And then the other pumpkin I have is the knitted one. So this is the knitted version. Again, sizing is just how many cast on, and sizing is totally controllable. This was one pattern, but as you see, there's 3 different size pumpkins. I just made them bigger, Same with this, just cast on more stitches and you get this. So pumpkin class is Sunday from 10 to 12. Okay, and I use cottons for this. So this one is the Pima cotton, and it just has a bit of a sheen to it compared to these down here. I don't know if you can tell. These are our coastal cottons, and they're just a flat dull color, and any of it works. And as I said, you may end up combining just to get the colors you want. And as you can see, you can combine away. It doesn't matter. They're the same weight and everything. And same with this. Now with this and this, with these, you can knit other than solids. Like this is a great pumpkin, and especially a bigger one so that you can use more of the yarn. And this is a great pumpkin. That's a great pumpkin color. We have lots of really good pumpkin colors. But don't be afraid to do something like go online and Pinterest and look at pumpkin stuff like knitted and see all the different colors. They use creams and taupees and all sorts of colors for pumpkins. It doesn't have to be orange. I did use gold and green in this. So don't be afraid to experiment with the colors. And then if you're wanting to knit the leaves and stuff, this is a spiral thing. This one's actually crocheted spiral. I don't really like the knitted one, but there's also a leaf pattern where you just make a couple leaves and put it on top. Again, all these pumpkins, you can put cinnamon sticks in here and then just tie a bow. And that works really, really well. And you don't have to knit up leaves and all that stuff. And it looks wonderful. So just let your imagination go on making these. And these are great little gifts and just great decor for your whole thing. So pumpkin classes this Sunday from 10 to 12. Okay, then I have what's on my needles, which will be a class on October 26th. And I'll just give you a sneak peek because there's not much there at the moment. But it's going to be a Santa pillow. So it's a Santa pillow, and this is what I've got so far. Not much, right? You can sort of see what it's going to do though, right? And this has got intarsia and some stranding. So intarsia is not hard, and especially like this is easy intarsia. All you're doing is putting, when you change colors, you put the color you just finished over to the left, and you pick up the new color underneath to the right, and you go on your merry way. And that just catches the yarn so that it catches. See how it catches right here? And that way it doesn't, like if you don't do that, they don't come together. They stay separate. So you're just twisting them together so that they come together. But it's not hard. And this is, I'm using the Cascade, not Cascade, I don't think it's Cascade. It might be Cascade. Yeah, it is. Cascade 220, which is a worsted weight. And I just wanted it to be a little bit, I wanted it to be like this size and not like this size, because it was going to end up like that size. I didn't want it to be that size, so I doubled the yarn. So I've doubled the yarn, which just means you're treating 2 strands and you're just treating it as one. It is not a big deal to double yarn. It's like nothing to double yarn. And if you're watching what the knitting world is doing right now, they're doubling yarn everywhere. So getting used to double yarn is a good thing to know, because it's so many things right now. So, and if you have fingering and you double fingering, you have worsted. So, or DK worsted, depending on the fingering. But you have a DK worsted weight yarn. I mean, that's pretty good. So anyways, this is going to be a Santa pillow. You'll have to stay tuned. But the class is October 26th, which is a Saturday from 12 to 2. Oh, and I just found this figure. We just got this Juniper Moon in, which is one of our favorite yarns, Juniper Moon. Oh, it's the best. It's the best stuff. What is it, a blend? It's an alpaca wool silk blend, and it's a worsted weight. And so this would be the richest Santa pillow ever. And it's really scrunchy and lovely. And this would be amazing. This would be amazing. So this is Editing Faylin. I forgot to tell the dates for this class, which is October 20th from 10 to 12. It's a Sunday. I talk more about this shawl in the upcoming part of this video, so just keep listening. And the class is Sunday, October 20th from 10 to 12. Okay, Jessie was in the house on Sunday, and it was so much fun. We were busy the whole time. She was on the porch of the house next door to us, which is an office, not a house, and they let us use the porch sometimes on the weekends. And so she was set up on the porch. We had this inside. It was busy the whole entire time. Everybody had a lot of fun. Yeah, so it was really lovely. So now we have the yarn, and as you can see, the colors are amazing. I mean, it's so beautiful in person. I don't know if it comes across near as good as it does in person, but this is amazing. The colors are amazing. So we have 2 kinds of yarn, but different colorways. So, and then I've knitted this. Okay, so this one is this one. Okay, so then I showed you this last time, the pressed flower shawlette neck scarf. Not sure what to call it. Okay, so this is actually a needle size bigger than the pattern. Now I do knit a bit tight, so I usually just do that. So this is probably, if you're just an everyday knitter, regular gauge, this is gauge. So this is really small, and it didn't quite come out to, it was supposed to be 30, it didn't really come out to 30. So, so anyways, I finished it, and then I cast it on another one, and this one I did on a size 11. And so it's definitely bigger, but it's still on the small side. It's really interesting. So, but here's the thing. So I did these 2, and I still have plenty of yarn left over. So all you would do if you wanted to make it the size you want it, whatever size that is you just keep adding flowers, because you're just knitting this way. And so you just keep repeating. This is a repeat right here. This is a repeat. Right there's the repeat. So you just keep doing it until it's as big as you want it. And you have plenty. I mean, you can make this a full-on shawl, like a smaller shawl, but it could still be a full-on shawl, not just a neck thing. And you would have plenty of yarn, because as I said, I did 2 and I still have yarn. And so that's a lot of flowers. So like this is this many flowers. So you could increase it at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're adding like 12 flowers just to get these 2. So you probably can go up to like 15 flowers if you want it bigger. This was so much fun. So this is a slip stitch pattern. A slip stitch pattern means you're only carrying 1 strand for 2 rows. Then you pick up the other strand, you do 2 rows. And you're just knitting and slipping. Like you go knit 2, slip 1, knit 2, slip 1, knit 2, slip 1. It's that simple. It's really simple. So that's that pattern. This is also slipping. And the only difference here is you're slipping several in a row instead of like every other one. And that, right, this whole thing is knit except for the back side of the flowers. So the back side of the flowers are purled. That way you get this stockinette here. But the rest of the shawl is knit stitches on both sides. It's just knit stitches. And that's what the back looks like. Isn't that cool looking? Sort of cool looking, isn't it? So mosaic is so much fun to do. It really is so much fun to do. So, and I have somebody now that's wanting to do a baby blanket out of this stitch right here. So I'm gonna figure out what that means and how she's gonna do it and everything. But that would be a gorgeous baby blanket too. And again, so much fun. You would just do it on bigger yarn. You wouldn't do it quite this small. At least worsted or Aran weight and get up on like a size 8 or 9. Well, this was an 11, maybe a 9, maybe a 10 or 11, 12, 13. I don't know. I have to play with it. Not sure what it'll be, but I have to play with it. But I got to play with it because she wants to do it. So I'll have that information here. So anyways, and this is just beautiful. Beautiful. And the yarn is to die for. This silk is very drapey. And as I said, the cable shawl, which went somewhere. If you saw the mess I have in front of my stuff here. Where did the cable shawl go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the cable shawl is the same merino silk. And this is like also like a shawlette to where you could just tie it right here and tie it so it doesn't come off. If I can get it. Oh my goodness, come on. On camera, everything goes wrong, right? Okay, there we go. And then you just let it sort of hang down here. So it's sort of cowl-like, sort of like a cowl, but not. Isn't that pretty? It's really pretty. So, and this is what the flower one could do too, if it were big enough. So it sort of needs to be, like this size might be a good size, but this is beautiful on it, and it's beautiful. And so, so this is the same yarn, and the bottom row is the DK. The top 2 rows are fingering. They're just 2 different colorways. So I think we're carrying 3 of her colorways. And so the fingering weight is 40%, 80% merino and 10% cashmere. And it's also very, very soft. This is fingering weight. So there's 437 yards, again, doubling it. I'm gonna put a picture of, she did this really gorgeous wrap and she doubled it, and it's beautiful. But you could also do it in DK. Because one thing with doubling yarn, you have to buy twice as much yarn, obviously. So that's sort of a what. But, and then this is her, she did this sample of this really great sweater. This is out of the DK also. So, I mean, this just like, I mean, I don't know if you can tell. Can we tell on the line, on camera, how drapey? Like, this is so freaking drapey. This is so drapey. It's like, would feel amazing on. Just like, like a warm hug. Just like a warm hug. So anyways, it's here. It's amazing yarn. Her colors are amazing. She dyes. She's very particular in her dyeing, to where she does not want you to have to, usually with hand dyed yarns, because the dye changes as you put yarn in, and it's hard to keep it exactly the same. I don't know what she's doing to do that, but she's doing something. And so you usually have two of your skeins, and you're alternating 2 rows with this one, 2 rows with this one, 2 rows with this one, which is no big deal. It's just yarn management, you know, because you're just picking up the yarn. And that way, if there's any change, it sort of fades in and out. You don't really see it. Like if you just do all this and then all of this, you might actually see a bit of a line where you change skeins. So you just don't do that with the hand-dyed yarn. Her yarn, you don't have to do that. Her yarn, you can just do regular and you're not going to see the change. So that's sort of a big deal too. So Dusty Yarn Company is here, and we have it, and it's beautiful. Come in and check it out. And I think that's it for today. Let me make sure. Yes, I think that's it for today. So it's time. I'm gonna beat you up. Get started on Christmas. Please get started on Christmas, because it's time. It's time. So yeah, come in, get your Christmas ideas. Watch my videos, the last few videos, because I'm talking about different things in Christmas ideas. Or come in, and we have ideas, you know, in the store all the time. Hats, scarves, amazing yarns. We got the alpaca. We have the juniper moon now with tons of colors, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 colors of this. And I think it was 19 colors of the alpaca, which, oh my God, the alpaca is amazing. Those two yarns alone are amazing for anything you want to knit, anything, a hat, a shawl. I had somebody do this reader's shawl, which is this big wide shawl with big pockets at the end of the shawl. And she did it out of the alpaca, and it's like, the weight of it is just ridiculously wonderful. You just put it on, you're just like, like that. So there's lots of ideas. So lots and lots of ideas. So that's it for today. And I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.